So I just got my hands on this, the Elgato Stream Deck Mini, which according to everyone on the internet is pretty much a necessity if you want to be anyone online. Literally, these Stream Decks have such a high profile despite the high price that I just gave in and I just gave up. And I got one myself because peer pressure is the best. But I didn't go too crazy, and I just went for the Stream Deck Mini, which only has 6 keys. Though you can get variants of more keys if you want, but I decided to go with this one because it's already expensive enough. But also I felt like with such a giant array of keys available, well, the whole point of this is that, you know, you can quickly do stuff, you can quickly change settings. But with so many keys, I feel like I would quickly get lost. Setting it up was pretty easy because, well, there really isn't too much to set up. You just connect it up via USB to your PC and you're pretty much done. Now, you do have to download the special Stream Deck software, and there you get to customize to your heart's desire. And I'm really surprised exactly how many options there are. With probably the most powerful being the multi-actions, which allow you to just have several things happen with a single press of a button, so you can get real creative and set up some really cool stuff that way. And also folders, which makes stuff like this, the Mini, actually usable. Like, I do genuinely think that without folders, there would be very little appeal in the Stream Deck Mini. But because there are folders that allow us to basically add infinite interactions to this thing, it actually makes it a pretty good deal. Not to mention that you can add folders within folders within folders within folders within how many layers you want. So yeah, pretty much infinite functions inside this little thing. But another cool thing is that it works with other Elgato gear. For example, I can turn off my Elgato key light, which I covered in a previous video of mine, which I highly recommend you check out. It's coming up in iCards, and I can turn back on so you can actually see me again. I can adjust temperature, I can adjust brightness. It's pretty cool. Now, when it comes to the buttons themselves, they were kind of surprising because the looks are kind of deceiving, and the display itself is buried very heavily within this plasticky cover here. So when you press down on them, it feels like pressing down one of those like cheap plasticky / rubbery buttons you'd find on old Eastern European electronics, if that makes sense. And hey, as someone who grew up on cheap Eastern European electronics, I actually find it kind of cool and nostalgic. I actually really like these buttons, even though I know they're not ideal. I kind of just like them for the, you know, nostalgic factor, I guess. But let's talk about those displays for a second, because not only do they have, let's just say, a comparable resolution to a Nintendo DS, or basically a terrible resolution, but also they're buried very deep inside the little plasticky covers, which means that if you look from the wrong direction, the buttons can kind of distorted with these like rainbowy effects going on, so that can be kind of distracting. Though that's not really the end of the world. I mean, come on, I don't think anyone would pay extra to have like a higher resolution version of these. Okay, I say that, but people still buy these things at super high prices, so what do I know? Not only that, but there's a few other really nice touches to it, like the screensaver feature, which is like a digital photo frame for people who just can't be asked to get a digital photo frame. You can just put anything there and it looks kind of neat, I'd say, as long as none of the important parts of the image aren't obscured by, you know, the giant gaps in the display. You can put your favorite artwork or a photo of your crush or whatever else you want. So yeah, it's pretty nice, even if it's ultimately useless. But also the nature of that plasticky cover means that you can pretty much never keep it clean, and you will always have fingerprints on it. So don't even bother trying keeping it clean. But yeah, in general, I've been really liking this thing. And I was kind of worried about it because of the reputation it has. Because from an outside perspective, it almost seemed more like people were excited about it just for the pure hype of it rather than any underlying quality. Similar to stuff like, I don't know, like G Fuel, you know? It just seemed like one of those products that people solely brought for the hype. I've seen so many people who aren't even streamers or content creators or anything buy these things just so they can save half a second by having like a button on there that launches Chrome for them automatically or something. But if you are a streamer or a content creator like me, it's still a pretty handy thing to have, even if it is ridiculously expensive. But the thing is that there's no real competition for the Stream Deck. Yes, you can have like, you know, various macro keyboards, but the Stream Deck software, which allows you to have tons of various interactions, is what really sells it. You can do so much that you can't just do by, you know, just stapling on a few extra keys to your keyboard. So even though it is super overpriced, it's hard to not recommend it because there is just no better solution. And now that I do have a Stream Deck Mini, I am hoping to start streaming on this channel a bit more, so definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss those. They're going to be amazing. I do have a live stream coming up when I'm going to be editing a video of mine in VR. It's going to be really cool, so subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. If you want to buy a Stream Deck Mini yourself or pretty much anything else from Amazon, then our Amazon Associates links for those will be down in the video description below. And videos like these also would not be possible without the help of my patrons, because even $1 a month goes a long way in helping out my channel and allows to make way better videos on way more interesting topics. So I'd also love for my patrons Gavin Burns, Ryan, LKB, Naomi Sushi, Tiffany Jacobs, and Wolfie. Thank you guys so much. Your support is truly appreciated. Down in the video description below, you'll also find our old customs affiliate link if you want a nice compact keyboard, plus our Discord server if you want to talk to me or others about this or whatever else really. And that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone, goodbye.